What is going on, boys and girls? It's me, Ben DPB, back with another Ben Meets. Now, after last week's exceptionally popular Ben Meets with Joel from the Offensive podcast, I thought I've got to get a big boy on. I've got a bet. I couldn't find one. So I had to settle for the Yorkshire lad, FM Treq. How's it going, buddy? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. You?
No, I'm good, man. Thanks for coming on, buddy. I'm looking forward to this one.
Pleasure. It's been a while, innit? When you first messaged, it was a long time ago, wasn't it? And lockdown's just made a bit of a mess of everything else, hasn't it? So
it has messed me right up, mate, in terms of scheduling podcasts. I've got so many people in the back burner I've got to try and book in. I've got people messaging me now going, Ben, when the f*** you get me on? I'm like, look, I'm going to get you on, I promise you. It's just, you'd think you got more time, but for some reason I've got less time now than I had before when I was working.
Yeah.
Don't know what's going on. But how are you getting on with this whole lockdown, the whole coronavirus, COVID-19? How you find it all?
Well, for us FM guys, there's not much change in our life, is there really? No friends. So it's been all right. I actually had like the symptoms a week before everything went proper lockdown. So I've been off work like, it'd be like nearly 5 weeks, I think. I've been off work 5 weeks and I've been stuck with Ralphie for the last 4. So it's hard. It's hard entertaining a kid and not having a minute.
The first question is a pretty obvious question. I'm guessing it's a pretty obvious answer. Your name, FM Treq, where did it come from?
Basically, I needed a name because I entered the FM WEC. Did you ever hear of that? The FM, sort of like the football management e-sport. There was a big prize money.
Was that? Yeah, that was a while back, wasn't it? Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was April. And I knew that I was going to, that would probably give me a little bit of a platform to start doing a channel. And then I couldn't think of a name, basically. And then flipping around sort of like the FM community, there was loads of people that had positional names, didn't there? So I just went for Treq because I suppose when I played, I suppose I was a bit like a Treq because I was a bit lazy, to be honest. playing off the striker. And obviously I'm a fan of Totti and Baggio were probably my two sort of like players growing up. Baggio, my first one when I was really young. First ever pair of football boots. Baggio Diodoras with a lovely blue and white Diodora sort of like logo running through them. So that's where the Baggio started. And then just Totti because it's just beautiful, isn't he? Not just to watch and just to look at in general.
My first pair of football boots were a bright red pair of Umbros.
Nice.
Which is right when you're good, but I was crap at football. Do you know what I mean? So, when you're like 12 years old, getting a pair of Umbros, people are like, he thinks he's good. You get crunched.
There was always one of those lads.
I was only lad though, because this is back in this is like in the late 90s. So it wasn't like it was a 2010 where everyone's wearing bright. No one was wearing kind of boots back then. But my mum tried being like, get his bright pair of red boots, bright red Umbros. And the amount of times I got crunched, I got named fucking boots.
Yeah.
Real. So,
I got a bit of that playing Sunday League. You remember when do you remember when the tights came in? You know, like the Under Armour stuff, right? So we played Sunday afternoons and we went into your like area where we live isn't rough, it's quite nice, but there's an area of York that is a little bit, it's called Clifton. And it was top of the table clash and I wore me. It was freezing. It was really cold. It was cold. And I wore my tights and I got spat at. And then this guy drove his car onto this school pitch. He had like a Metro and he had 4 cans. I always remember this. He had 4 cans of Stella in his hand and he got out of his car driving. So I was obviously pissed off and he went, he's got tights on. Kill him. That was it. And I never wore them again after that. I think I sold them.
You're doing the tights at home now, is it?
Yeah.
And your high heels.
Yeah.
You've been on YouTube for a little while, you're doing pretty well, nearly 3,500 subscribers. That's not too bad. So when did you start YouTube? And more importantly, why did you start YouTube?
So I've just had the 2-year birthday on Sunday. I did the FM WEC, which you didn't have to be a content creator for. You just had to enjoy FM. And then I'd been watching a fair few videos and then there was just a little bit of boredom setting. I just needed something to I need to be busy. So like prior Football Manager, I was like looking after a football club that had like, what did we have at one point? Like 25 teams from under 7s to men's teams, ladies teams, veterans teams. And I was managing 3 of them and I was coaching little kids and stuff. I have to be active, whether it's not so necessarily physically active, but there has to be something churning in my head to keep me occupied. And then after seeing a few of the lads, Big Herb the Nerd was there, spoke to Lelujo a bit, I thought, I'll just give it a go. Keep it secret so people in town didn't know that I was doing it. And I just went from there.
You do pretty much daily content. I mean, over the last 30 days, he's done 26 videos, which is
I know. Yeah. My missus always says to me, I'm all or nothing. I've either got to go in and two-footed and do it, or I can never do anything half-assed in terms of committing to something. And the lockdown has been easy. I don't sleep great anyway, so I can be up like recording like 2 o'clock in the morning and stuff. Not out of because I have to, just because I'm awake, and it's easier to sort of like get the videos out really. So sometimes, like once I've got little one to bed, Mrs. works a lot. She works 4 nights a week. It's like sleeping over at work. Yeah. So when Ralph is asleep, I sort of like, if he's in bed at like 9 o'clock sometimes, like when he's in his school routine, I can get 3 videos, because I'm doing a different series, which we'll probably come to a little bit later. It makes it easier for me to record and get more content out. When people say, you're doing 4 saves, and it's easier that way for me. If I was just doing like a Dr. Benji where he just commits to, I know he's got his stream save, but if he just does his one, if I just did a 1 save, say the York City save, I wouldn't be getting 26 videos out in 30 days. There's no chance of that. There's no chance of that happening.
I mean, we're going to skip ahead to what I was going to ask you. You mentioned yourself. You got 4, count them, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 saves on the go. You've got your Fenerbahce save, which I'm enjoying, by the way. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think I'd enjoy a Fenerbahce save. It's actually pretty good. Your York save, your Man United save, and your live save for YouTube, your Genoa. Tell us about your saves, how you're getting on.
So the Man U one's actually ending this Sunday. I've kind of done Man U religiously for the last, so I did it in FM 19, and obviously it was really popular, so I kept that running. That literally ran from the first, I think I ran it was supposed to run as a beta save, and it went all the way through to like the week before Football Manager 2020 came out. And then I had a month off, and then I restarted it again, but I only set my challenge this year of doing it for 5 years, because I wanted to make sure I had a little bit of a break away from sort of like Man United. So that one's coming to an end, but then I've got Deportivo starting straight after that. So it'll go straight back up to 4 saves. The York City one is probably the least viewed on the channel, but for me, it was always something I wanted to do just because it's York City, and York City is my team. So I wanted to get that in, and I'm really enjoying that. I've just got them into the Championship now after a struggling start. It took me 4 seasons to get into the Football League, and then I've done pretty well. So that's going really well. Fenerbahce has helped the channel massively. New subscribers and views. That comes out just once or twice a week. I'm really enjoying the challenge of that, because it's the money thing at Fenerbahce is proper stinking. I've just won the league. We were given obviously Champions League football, so you're talking minimum. What do you get, about 20 million or something like that? But it's about that. You get 30 million up front, and then with wins and stuff, it's about 20 million. And the board gave me nothing. They didn't give me a single pound.
Wow.
And I had to. So it's got its own little challenges. I've got a weird formation going on as well. So how I used to work it was that, because I stream on YouTube, I used to use, obviously you record a video, don't you? And then you need to play the games in between. So I would use my Man United save and play the games in between on stream. So I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm kind of streaming and then getting the games in that I need to play. And then as the Man United one was coming to an end, I thought, right, because I'm planning on streaming, not regularly, but once a week. I thought it'd be good to get a stream save in. So we started the Genoa one, because I like to pick a team that has a little bit of history or a backstory to it. I can't just go onto Football Manager and just look down the list and think, right, I'll be whoever. There's got to be reasoning behind it. Some of that I've seen on TV, or some of that I've heard, or normally it's, Tifo on YouTube.
Yeah, I love Tifo.
Yeah, that's one that normally pops up.
Tifo is why I started my FC Nordstrand save, because I watched the Tifo video on them, and that's why I started to save for them.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved their YouTube videos and their podcast. They've got a podcast as well, which is pretty good.
I've just sort of like come across that because they've done a Brian Clough one, haven't they? So I've got that on my list to watch, but there's just endless stuff. And with me obviously recording stuff, a fair bit. I don't really have much time to listen to much else at the moment. But we just got sacked anyway at Genoa, so we've moved to Sampdoria, the biggest rival. We're enjoying the stream and enjoying the saves. I think I would get bored by just doing sticking to one save and playing it. I think that would bore me. So that's another reason why I have 4.
As a man who has 4 saves on the go, which one do you enjoy the most?
Fenerbahce, I think Fenerbahce.
And why is that?
I don't know. I think the Fenerbahce ones just probably required me to think a little bit more. And to be honest, I get the better. I don't get the better views. The Man United one gets the better views, but I get the better interaction with people. Whether it's Turkish fans that...
Do you get a lot of abuse?
To be honest, I hadn't had, because Curtie did warn me that he got a little bit. But I haven't edited the first. Bear in mind, I did post a video out, the very first episode, and the first comment I got was, "You should have done Besiktas," and that was within like 3 minutes of me like putting the video out. Some random guy from Turkey put that, and I thought, I'm just going to be on to. But to be fair, I've had people. Are you going to do Galatasaray? Are you going to do Galatasaray's popped up a lot. So I have promised the Galatasaray fans that if Fenerbahce sack me, then I have no issues of going across and managing them.
That would go to other Fenerbahce fans, I'm sure.
Yeah, they're just happy. I've won them the league. They were well happy with that, because every time we lost, it was like, oh, it's like it's real life. It's like real life. They are having a very good time at the moment. So yeah, I think Fenerbahce, something a little bit different. Never managed in Turkey. I do like to go and manage somewhere. So last year was Brazil. This year was Turkey, and I'll no doubt pick somewhere else for next year. So yeah, Fenerbahce, I think. I'm not really one for doing a non-league to sort of like Premier League all the time. I do like a fallen giant or an obscure league. I think, I don't know where I'm going to plan in next year, but I have really enjoyed the sort of like the league structures. To be fair, the Turkey, I don't know what Switzerland's like. The Turkish league is pretty sort of like standard.
So you stream on YouTube rather than Twitch. Is there a particular reason behind that? And do you find that, are you tempted to let's try that again. You stream on YouTube rather than Twitch, which not many people do. We know Omega Luke does it, FM Scout does it, Lelujo used to do it, but he's now moved to Twitch. Why do you stream on YouTube rather than Twitch? And are there any plans to move on to Twitch or Mixer at some point in the future?
Well, the main reason is because I've only started trying to put like a plan together where I stream once a week, and I'm thinking if I just stream, even though I've got a little bit of a following on YouTube, if I just stream once a week on Twitch, I don't think, when you log on to Twitch at the moment, the list of people that you follow that are all doing it Football Manager style at the same time. There could be I imagine now there'll be 20 plus people doing it, won't there, at least? And I think if I'm going to grow on Twitch, I need to commit to doing it once every week or once every 10 days. Sometimes it's only once every 2 weeks. So I decided just to do it on YouTube so I could carry on my Man United save and then have an uploaded video that goes straight onto YouTube. And then hopefully the people that do come in, I've noticed over the last few weeks, my subscribers have grown during the stream, and they've whatever they've God knows what they've typed into sort of like YouTube, but it's popped up me live, and then they subscribe to the channel. So it's just more of a way of boosting my YouTube channel more than anything else. There's no comparison between the quality of streams you can do on Twitch compared to the ones on YouTube. From anything from the bits that you can add to donations and to all the fancy sort of like bits. There's no comparison. Twitch wins every day, but just in terms of where I'm at and how much time I can give to streaming now and potentially over the next 2 or 3 years, while the missus is going to uni in September anyway, so we're going to be like flat out. So I'm just trying to even though I'm putting all my eggs in one basket, it doesn't make a great deal of sense for me to be in the middle of Twitch when it is so competitive at the moment. And a lot of people, I have a decent following on YouTube. Your
streams are some of your most popular videos.
Yes.
Your stream every day, 650 views.
Yeah.
week, 714 views, 1,000 views the week before that.
Was it? Bloody hell, I didn't even know that.
So you're doing pretty well. A lot of people go back and watching the video. So ironically, although you're sticking to YouTube rather than Twitch, it's working for you. But we see like FM Scout do exceptionally well streaming just on YouTube. We see Omega Luke doing pretty damn well. And yourself, you both do really, really well. I'm starting to worry. Am I missing a trick here? Trying to get myself on YouTube rather than Twitch when the market isn't quite so saturated, and try and take that over. That could be my plan for the future.
I think if, say, I class myself as a YouTuber, if I class myself as a streamer, I would spend my time and grind at it like a lot of lads are doing at the moment, and trying to, get bigger, the hours that Kegman's put into it to get where he is.
Yeah.
He was on YouTube and has gone over there and he's grinded like and it's paid off for him because he's been able to put his content is he has a YouTube channel, but I'm pretty sure like 99% of his content is on Twitch, you see. Whereas if I was wanting to make a real big effort on Twitch, I'd have to stream. I think I would have to be able to stream more than once every 10 days, 2 weeks. And I think, I used to watch Lelujo because Lelujo's like toed and froed between the two, hasn't he? Quite often over the last 3 years. He's maybe done 2 or 3 like flips where he's done YouTube and done Twitch and then gone back to YouTube and then he's obviously gone back to Twitch. But I used to enjoy watching Lelujo more on YouTube than I do Twitch. So I think I get that little bit extra because not everyone likes Twitch. So I maybe get a few of those guys. I think maybe a few people are missing a trick. The big boys don't really need to worry about it because they can just click the fingers, can't they? And they'll follow them. They'll follow them onto Mixer if they all move to Mixer, wouldn't they? So
it's true.
That's my thought. I'm just trying to focus on one. I can't see anything changing for me time wise that I'm going to be able to commit more time to. As I said, a lot of my content is recorded 12 o'clock and after, or I normally record when Ralph is at school. I do a couple of night shifts a week, so I normally record bits during the day, and I'm thinking, well, I can get 3 videos done in on a Thursday morning sesh that I call it, or could I stream? And I don't know. I think the time will come where once we're all back at work and school, there might be a chance for me to do a few daytime streams, but I don't know how popular they would. I don't know how popular they would prove to be Thursday mornings. I'm not too sure, to be honest.
Do you enjoy streaming when you do it?
Yeah, I do. I don't enjoy. If you offered me, say like Dr. Benji's series, if you offered me his YouTube series or his stream save, which one would I pick? It'd be his YouTube all day long. I do enjoy my recorded content to watch on YouTube. I always have been. I only really stop into a few streams that the guys that I know, and I only tend to really go into some smaller streams where there's a little bit more interaction in chat. But I do really enjoy, because I think that the downside to YouTube is that you don't get the interaction, the immediate, you can't strike up a conversation doing a YouTube video through the comments, can you?
Of course.
And a lot of the lads, I do get new people in that I've never even heard of, but there's a good maybe 10 or 12 people that comment and watch most of my videos, and it's great to sort of like get to know them a little bit better. And then after time, the football manager bit comes a bit even secondary, doesn't it, to the chat or to whatever's going on. So I have enjoyed that, because no one enjoys editing videos, do they? Let's be honest. There's not one person out there that edits video. I love recording them, and I don't really need to put I call it tits and teeth. Them YouTube guys. We're like, hi guys, I don't.
And a Loki Doki, basically, he's all like, he's literally record, speak, stop, record.
Yeah.
And he says, I don't edit at all. I just press record and that's it.
All I do is cut out the bits that I completely like f up, and also at the same time, if I don't want to record, I don't record. It's just.
The funny thing is, when Loki f***s up, I love it because he leaves it in. But you're right. I mean, I don't enjoy editing. I really enjoy editing my podcast. I don't know why. I could just sit there for hours, and I do. I spend on a Sunday, all day Sunday, I spend editing a half-hour podcast to try and make it sound the best I can, and cut bits out here and do that. I really enjoy editing the podcast. I hate editing my YouTube videos.
I think because it gets, I don't know, maybe because your podcast, you've got different guys every week, and even though you're asking the same questions, you're getting completely different answers. Whereas
chill out.
Whereas you know what I mean? But like the YouTube videos is like, obviously every episode's different, but they do, it's the same. I am trying to do something completely different with my Deportivo one, just to sort of like keep me motivated and sparked a little bit, because I don't want to fall into the trap where it's, hi, this is FM Treq. We're playing 2 games today. They are this and this. We play the 2 games and it's right. See you later. I don't want to get into that mode, because number one, I'll switch if I know that I switch off, because I switch off when I'm watching videos myself. And 2, I always need to sort of like, just right, I'm going to try this. I want to not improve my editing, but just try a few things a little bit different, and then hopefully that'll maybe make the editing not so boring. Because I can record at any point. I've managed to record 2 videos today, and I always enjoy them. I always enjoy doing the actual recordings, but then when it comes to the editing, so yeah, it's the stream. That's the thing with the stream, and then YouTube just automatically uploads it, and it's weird how many views. Because I overlook on Twitch, and a lot of the lads who are probably similar size to me, when they put a VOD out, they don't seem to get many views on Twitch, do they?
A lot of the bigger boys that you put VODs out and don't get any views, and you get like 20 views, 30 views. Yeah. You get nearly 1,000 views on some of your VODs.
Yeah, obviously, that includes your sort of like your stream bit, but, so that maybe half of that'll be, the actual people in the stream at the time. But then I do notice that the number, once it uploads about 12 hours after, and it just starts ticking into, which is weird, because there's no difference between, if I did it on, because I have been on Twitch a little bit, if I did it on Twitch, there's no, it's just a stream. There's nothing different. Maybe just because it's on YouTube, and there's that whole discoverability problem, isn't there, with Twitch?
Yeah.
And obviously with me, the only person, pretty much, because Luke's made the move, hasn't he? I did send him a message calling him out, because he's fucked me on. He's left me on YouTube on my Todd. So, but maybe
did he go to Twitch now?
Yeah, he went across the other. He did. He streamed tonight. But he went across on Tuesday. He's like me. He's like me. He has not a clue how to set anything technical up whatsoever.
Yeah, he said that in the podcast, because I've got a clue how to set it up, because that's why I've done it.
But he got it, and he got decent. He got really good views on it. But he gets to stream. He gets to stream a good maybe twice a week, does he? And religiously, where I'm always like, oh, there may be a stream this week. There may not. So
yeah, you got to put a little bit of work into preparing it in regards to setting up your panels, your donations, your lays, etc. But once you watch a few YouTube videos, like the Game On Careers, for example, or Alpha Gaming, there's a few channels out there that are fantastic and giving you guides step by step, or idiot guides for people like me, how to set them up. Yeah. Once you get them into there, it's really worth doing. And I miss Twitch 100%. I miss that, as you said, instant interaction. That feedback, talking about the football news going on in the day, or talk about the save, for example, because actually sometimes the FM save becomes a bit of a back burner. You forget about the save, because you're talking about you're getting relegated to the conference again because they're crap. Do you know what I mean? And Luton get promoted above them because Luton are a better team. And all that sort of stuff. Do you know what I mean?
But yeah, that's why the Man United save was good, because I always build, because the Man United save is just for Man U fans who want me to sign like my Man U team this season was crazy, and it's just one of those where I just press click and then I'll probably win 8 out of 10 games without even batting an eyelid. The Genoa save, I've had to put a little bit of thought into it, and I got sacked on stream the other night just because it just becomes secondary, and I don't like to just plug in a tactic and just let it go. I like to build my own tactic and stuff. They do become sort of like secondary, but then there's nothing worse as a content creator when you put a video out on YouTube and you have you'll get views and then no one comments on it. Regardless, it's part and parcel of sort of like being a content creator in it. But you think, hell, I was recording that at 2:00. I edited it till 3:30 in the morning, and then no one's giving it a thumbs up, or the first view you get gives it a thumbs down and stuff. But at least with Stream, you get that immediate sort of like, not gratification, but that instant feedback on stuff, don't you?
That's one of my bugbears with YouTube. As you said, there's little things like not getting a comment on the video, and you're thinking, why not? Do you know what I mean? Imagine I'm up to 2:30 in the morning recording it, whereas you do Twitch and you get an instant conversation. That's why I left YouTube originally to go back to Twitch, was because I wanted that more interaction. It's great when you get guys have hundreds of comments on the video. Wicked. I'm chuffed for you. I'm not really. You know, I want that, and that's why going to Twitch or streaming is so much better, because rather you sit talking to a camera for 20 minutes and getting nothing but the odd like or a spam of dislikes, you know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? The most you get in Twitch is the odd knobhead who wants to come in and think he's fun and abuse you. And that's what the one thing about a block button is. Block, see you later, mate, bye. Do you know what I mean? And that's the benefit of stream. And I can see the temptation to do it. And, you know, my temptation is almost there. I've spent the last 3 days creating a database and creating a new team for me to go off my Twitch return. It's going to be, you know, because of the offensive podcast that I did the other day with Joel, the writer. I'm going to be making an Ashwood City team. Right, and I've spent the last 3 days, I've been talking 12 hours a day for 3 days, making this team, doing the player databases, the player histories. I think hours doing it. So I'm really invested in this save, and I'm super excited to get it started, make my return to Twitch, because I know if I put it on YouTube, I think on YouTube I'd get views. Yeah. But I want that interaction. I don't want all this work and just get a like and a view. I want to know that people like it, what they like about it, what they don't like about it. And Twitch can be great for giving you positive and negative feedback, provided constructive. Do you know what I mean? So, and there's nothing more annoying than recording a video, putting it out, and then there's the sound's too bad and you can't edit out. Whereas on Twitch, if your music's too loud or your music's too quiet, someone tells you you lower it. No one ever needs to know.
You need to have something. So you've obviously spent a lot of time on your database and putting it together. I think this is what I said about like before. I can't just go on to YouTube or go on to FM and say, right, I'm just going to pick a team. I always need something to excite me to do it. And like you've got that, and hopefully that then pushes you on to do the Twitch. You know what I mean? I do find it hard. What was it, about a year ago where I was kind of still growing, but I was making videos that were maybe getting 100 views, but then no one was commenting. And it was like, well, even though people have watched it, no one's told me that they've watched it. Or you're never too sure of, with the YouTube analytics, you're never sure of really how long they've bloody watched or how it all works. Whereas Twitch, you know instantly, don't you? You know instantly. Yeah. You've got 1 minute you have 50 people watching you, and then it drops down to 10. There's a reason. There's a reason. Yeah. There's a reason why. Or if you had 10 and it drops down to 2, there's a reason why. So you instantly know, right, I'm not doing something right. So you get the opportunity to sort of like, well, change it, make it better. I want to say I want to do Twitch, but I know that it's not. I know.
If you're the pressure now, do I come out and announce that I'm going to do Twitch, or would I be quiet?
No, because I know that.
Do you want to announce it?
No. I know I can't. I did really enjoy it because I did do a bit of Twitch last year, and Viking Dan, because I streamed late and he streamed late, he like raided me a couple of times, and at like 1 o'clock in the morning, like sometimes I had like 200 people like watching me, only because he brought like 150 of them over. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, that kind of, once again, you don't get that with you don't get that with YouTube. You don't get, which is a shame, even though there's not the.
You can't raid on YouTube now.
No, you can't raid. You can't do anything like that. So,
I suppose even if you could raid, no offense, there wouldn't be many people online streaming for you to raid there.
Luke streams before me most nights, so he could send his 30 or 40 over to my 30 or 40. Me being on Twitch once every 2 weeks, then people will follow you, and then they probably won't. And if Viking Dan's streaming, they're probably going to stick to watching Viking Dan, aren't they? Let's be honest. So
I think you do yourself a disservice, my friend. I think you do yourself a disservice. So in terms of, again, we spoke about when you started YouTube, we spoke about how you watched a little bit of Illusion now, of course. I say it every time, other than myself, Was there a particular YouTuber, Twitch streamer? Doesn't have to be an FM streamer, YouTuber. Was there someone that inspired you to want to give it a go? What was the reason you started?
I'm going to say no content creators inspired me to make content, to be honest. It was more of me just wanting a hobby and me thinking, can I play this game? But I did, when I first started, or before I started, I watched a lot of Teach on YouTube. He did a couple of Man U saves, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's what I watched.
Fergie way, wasn't it?
Honestly, until 2018, I didn't have Twitter. I didn't know there was a community. I did a little bit back in 2011. I did a little bit on Football Manager Stories, their website. I played FM religiously, but didn't look at websites. I didn't look at Reddit, or didn't even know what Twitch was until probably 2 years ago. Not a clue. Didn't watch any YouTube content. I actually found Football Manager YouTube videos because I was learning how to be a gardener, and it
really,
yeah. So I had an allotment. So this is another hobby because I have to do something. I picked up, because I wanted to do something, I decided to get an allotment just so I could just do something. So I was starting to watch how-to videos because I always wanted to grow stuff, but once again, no clue how to do it. So I always remember watching those videos on YouTube and just thinking, oh, I wonder if there's anything on Football Manager. And then Teach popped up, and obviously Dr. Benji popped up. And Teach did a Man United save. And I really got into watching him. I always said, even though obviously he's a brilliant streamer, he was more suited to, in my eyes, he was always more suited to doing YouTube. When you can put a little bit more time and effort and thought into a YouTube video than you can a stream, and you talk about your thoughts and your tactic and stuff. And Teach, when he turned up at SI that day to do the creators day, didn't they, when they all sort of like stream stuff, and he stepped in and basically just
he came on the stream.
He
basically took over, and it was like, wow.
Yeah, and that's what it was like on his YouTube video. So I suppose if anyone sort of like, I don't want to say inspired, because I never thought. I did maybe just thought.
No, I get what you mean. And inspired might be a strong word. Yeah. But you look at the guy and you thought, fuck, I know entirely what you mean.
Yeah, and he was just a man, just a normal fella, sat in his. He didn't have a green screen at that point.
His underpants playing.
Yeah, and his camera wasn't what it obviously it was, what it is on his, when he was doing his Twitch streams and stuff, and he just started putting content out there. And I think, I just needed something to do. And gave it a go. Picked a really weird save to start with. Dr. Benji always told me to pick a big team, and I picked a third tier German team, which probably weren't the brightest of ideas, but that's me. I pick a save on what I want to do, not on what, with the exception of Man United, because that runs and I know that's always going to do well. I'm never quite sure how people are going to take to series or choicing teams and stuff like that. So yeah, I would say Teach, Dr. Benji, and that's about it. Because I honestly didn't know. Like today when you're asking me like questions about stuff, and I'm like, well, how'd you do this? Right? Yeah, I know nothing about. If it's not about football, looking after a football team and running grassroots football, I know literally nothing. I can't do anything with a car, can't use a drill, can't set up a computer. Ask Nerd Phonic will tell you. He'll tell you how terrible I am with computers and stuff, because he built mine for me, and I just batter him with questions and sound like an idiot most times. So yeah, I never really looked into. I didn't have a YouTube account before. I didn't watch YouTube videos, and obviously stumbled across them just late one night and typed in Football Manager, and up popped them too. And then it's taken over my life, which I suppose is a good thing, because football took over my life before. I need something to keep me focused, otherwise my head and my mind starts wandering even further at night and boredom sets in.
So in terms of being a content creator, you've been there for a little while now. What's the best piece of advice you've been given, whether it be by a fan, by another content creator? What's the best piece of advice you've received?
Might be a bit controversial. Go solo. Two people have told me that. I think I might have even spoke to was it Dr. Benji? I can't think. I spoke to someone, just sent him a message. I spoke to the Northman about it ages ago, because this time, maybe last year, got a few people asking me. But I think it's always best just to go down your own way. And I think I'm really happy now that I chose to go down that route of not having to be part of a group not that you have to pretend to, if there's 10 content creators in your FM group or whatever you want to call it, platform, channel, whatever, I think you always kind of got to pretend to like everybody that's in it for the sake of, do you know what I mean? And I couldn't do that. I couldn't and wouldn't do it. So I think that's, for me, I have found the people that seem to grow, if you're starting right from the very bottom, like I did, I think that has been my best bit of advice. I'm free to do whatever I want. I don't need to share other people's content. So if I share someone else's video, people know it's genuine. I'm kind of a bit sick of seeing the same guys share the same videos. So these content creators are great, and it's the same 6, and then them 6 will share them 6, and them shit, and it just bores the life out of me. So I know people are keen and think it's good for their channel. Well, my channel's been based on, I got a very good shout out early on from Luge on one video. My 10 teams to manage video did very well, but apart from that, it's just been me. So if that's the one bit of good advice, I'm pretty sure it was Dr. Benji said, look, you got to look at the numbers. A couple of the other groups that were asking me were actually smaller channels and had smaller channels than me. So I'm pretty sure it was Dr. Benji, and it was definitely Northman, because the Northman, bless him, at least with him, if I ask him a question, he'll either tell me that I'm fucking stupid, or he'll tell me that it's a fucking great idea. Anything that's good about the Northman, he's honest with me, and he'll always tell me, and he said, no, stick to your guns, do it yourself, don't do that, don't do this. So that would be probably the best advice that I've been given, to be honest. That's worked for me. What might not work necessarily for everyone else, but it's definitely.
I like the Northman. I've been friends with Paul now ever since I started back in the day, and he's like Marmite. Paul, you have a love, you hate him. And I'm quite lucky that he and I get on relatively well. I've not got issues with Paul. And you're right, I think of Paul, if whatever you ask Paul, he will always tell you the truth. You better like what he says.
Yeah, exactly. He's a couple of times I've asked him about my videos, not for a long time, especially when I was first starting out. Kind of asked the bigger YouTubers, and they kind of, will flick at it, because obviously they'll probably get 1,000 of those requests every week, probably.
Yeah, of course.
But Northman smashed me. It was once when I first started. I remember he only done maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 videos, and he battered me. He absolutely battered me for it. But once again, that helped me. That helped. You know what I mean? That helped me. There's no point someone saying, "Oh yeah, it was really good," when as I said, you get in these groups again, and they say, "Oh, I really enjoyed that video," and I always think, "Well, did you? Or do you think you're kind of having to say it because you're in that group?" And I always think you kind of put in maybe difficult or awkward positions. So yeah, go solo. I mean, the groups, I was in the Passion for FM group. I was very much a loner, shall we say. I didn't get involved in talking to anyone, whether it be the YouTube or the Twitch side. And that's just because that's the sort of person I am. Not because I'm rude, but I'm quite a loner in real life, and unless I'm doing my podcast, I don't talk to many people in the YouTube, Twitch sphere. Not because I'm rude. You just don't.
It's just the way I am as a person. If someone messages me, I'll talk all fucking night. But it's not very often I tend to make this. Maybe it's, because of my own personal issues I have with myself and my anxiety, etc. But it's very rare that I will make the first move to talk to someone. So when someone sends me a DM or sends me a WhatsApp message, but whether I get a message from someone, I will talk all night. But it's not very often that I message someone. But Paul was someone that would take the time to contact me, and we would talk for hours about content and about what he likes, what he doesn't like about content. And you're right, he's really good at giving you honest feedback. And I always find actually it was always constructive.
Yeah, I need to give him some feedback on his golf swing, because he said he put his golf. I used to play a bit of golf, like another hobby. Got into golf a few years ago, so that was a
FM, gardening, golf. Anything else?
No, that's it.
And wrestling.
Wrestling just. What do you call it? What was a lapsed fan? What do they call it when you sort of like died out of it and got back? Kind of got back into it.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, I've got back into it.
We're going to get into my favourite part of the show now. The 11 question, the Spitfire question. Now, as I said before, they are Spitfire, but they're not Spitfire. If you want to elaborate a little bit more on the answers, by all means, feel free to, buddy. Coke or Pepsi?
I drink way too much Coke.
Coke Zero, Diet Coke?
No, Diet Coke is the worst. Coke Zero, yes. Normal Pepsi, yes. Full fat Pepsi over full fat cock, as we call it up north. But then Coke Zero over Pepsi Max.
I love Coke Zero. I drink I probably drink 4 or 5 cans a day of Coke.
That's me easy. Now I'm at home, that's me easy at the moment, and it's...
That's what I was going to say. Before we went to lockdown, I would drink 1 or 2 cans a day. I'm now drinking 4 or 5 cans a day. And my wife said to me yesterday, you need to lay back on how much Coke you're drinking. I'm drinking so much pop at the moment, it's unreal. And I tend to go for Coke Zero, but at the moment, as we spoke about offline, I'm buying Pepsi Max because an offer. It's £1 cheaper. So I'm buying Pepsi Max at the moment. I don't mind paying £3.50 for 8 cans of Coke Zero. I'm not paying £4 for 8 cans of Coke Zero.
I got 24 yesterday. I got in my local Tesco. I got 24 cans for £6.50. So that's not too bad, is it? That's not too bad, is it? So that'll keep...
So you want to take them down to the corner shop and sell them?
Yeah, no, yeah. We're cheap up north, all right? We're cheaper up north. So.
Good point.
Yeah.
I live in Wales, so I know what you mean.
I'm interested to know if people always say to me, like, because you call me Yorkshireman, aren't you? I never think that I have a broad Yorkshire accent, but I must have compared to other people, because people who stop in stream go, "Are you from Yorkshire?" And I'll say, "Yeah, I'm Yorkshire." I don't think I sound it, but obviously I do. It's weird because I try not to sound Yorkshire, which is daft. I don't say try and talk proper because I'm a million miles away from that. But I would have thought that when I go into stream, I try and just be a little bit more normal, not talking like, you know what I mean? Sometimes I think, I've got a lot of, imagine lads, the Fenerbahce boys that religiously watch me, and I'm saying, right, lads, here we go. Today we're going to be doing Fenerbahce against... yeah, and stuff. So I don't know, I just try and... But I think my twang, for some reason, I didn't think I had a twang. I just thought I talked... I suppose everyone thinks that they talk normal, don't they? But yeah, it must come out more than what I think it does, I suppose.
So FIFA or Pro Evo?
FIFA. Just bought it.
Oh, really? FIFA 20, yeah?
Yeah. FIFA 20 for the PC. 14. I just bought it.
Like FIFA 14 or something, do you know what I mean? But, so what's your thoughts on FIFA so far? It's getting a lot of bad press FIFA 20. Yeah,
to be honest, I've got it for PC. The idea is that I've just got it just to play. I'm going to do a little series on the channel with it, just for something different. And I know people, like, it's gone mental on it, the amount of people complaining about it, but FIFA players want to get used to, if they played FM and then their centre half got the ball in FIFA and just stood still and then got tackled and then the ball went in, they need to, compared to the FM match engine, I haven't seen that many flaws. I'm only going to do a career mode. I'm not doing Ultimate Team and buying packs and all that. I'm just going to do a career mode and stuff offline. So
would that be good on YouTube?
Yeah, I think so. I just need to pick a team. I'm in between sort of like professional and world class. If I play world class with a good team, I'm fine and I'll win the league. So I didn't want to do that. I wanted to pick a less team. So I've been practicing with Newcastle and I've been battered like 3 or 4 times on games. So I'm just in between of trying to get that level ground, because I couldn't do a season. I don't think I could do a career mode and not be at least in world class. I don't think that'd sit quite well. But I've enjoyed it. You just need something different sometimes, don't you? Just to switch off from FM a little bit, and then it gets you hungry. It seems to get my hunger back a little bit. So if I for 2 days off FM and I've played football, I've played FIFA, it kind of, I suppose you start to miss the game a little bit, don't you? After a few days.
Yeah. What's your favourite takeaway?
Indian. Yeah.
Good lad. What do you like?
No. Well, I do, but no.
My wife loves a korma. It's basically yogurt and chicken, or yogurt.
Yeah, we
and
cook it if you cook it if you cook it from scratch. I've cooked it from scratch a couple of times, and it is really nice because obviously you've got like fresh cream and stuff. Rather than not buying it out of the jar. We had it out of the jar once, and it tasted ringing. I'm a hot, but not too hot. I can do a madras, but I'm not like ridiculous.
What's your favourite film?
Lord of the Rings, Two Towers.
Oh, you're a bit of a geek, are you?
Yeah. Yeah, I love that's my favourite pop. Well, I'm a geek, yeah, because I've got pops. I've got a room full of Lord of the Ring pops, and so yeah,
Do
I
you go
must
to
be.
conventions and stuff dressed as like Gandalf or Bilbo?
No,
Baggins
not
or
that. I keep saying to the missus, right? I keep saying to the missus, look at these geeks on here, and then she always turns around and says, "You're a geek. You're a geek. You sit in your room talking about Football Manager, and you've got a room full of toys, and you like wrestling. You're the biggest 34-year-old geek I know." So
that must cut right through to the call when she says that.
yeah, but I've tried, because when we did that FM WEC, that was at is it Insomnia? Is it called Insomnia?
It was Insomnia, yeah. I was going to go to that. I wish I had done.
Yeah. So I've told the missus, because my missus likes gaming and stuff. She was into Pokemon when she was little. She has a Switch. She loves like the computer. You know, she likes playing games and stuff. She loves Call of Duty, Tomb Raider and stuff like that. So she just doesn't like crowded spaces, and it's nuts in them places, isn't it? But
yeah, it's like a rugby game, isn't it? Everyone's shoulder barging
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
What's your favourite TV show? You're going to say a Picard or something, aren't you? Picard or friggin' Star Trek Generations.
oh no, Fuck no. I've never watched a Star Wars film, a Star Trek episode. I don't do spaceships. Probably Breaking Bad. No, The American Office.
Really? I've
The
never
Office,
watched
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of The Office, the UK one.
Yeah, me too. I love it so much I would have watched the American version.
Honestly, I thought exactly the same. And then my mate, when I lived in a flat, my mate started watching it, and I watched a couple of episodes, like well into like season 5, season 6, and it was all right. And then I just need something to watch on a night. Yeah, it just beats Breaking. Even though I've seen Breaking Bad twice, I've watched that through twice. I've just started going through The Office again, and I only watched it about 5 months ago.
Your FM skin of choice. What's your favourite FM skin to use?
Rentsy this year, purple.
Good lad. I
Purple,
like Rentsy.
yeah.
I love Rentsy skins, really do.
Yeah, I'm a bit of I like a bit of purple.
What's your thoughts on attribute masking, on or off?
Off.
Now, this could be the make or break question for you and me, so no pressure. 2D or 3D?
3D.
And that's it, boys and girls. I'm joking.
Right, I've got to be honest with you, right? Before I did, so up till FM 17, so bearing in mind that I've played from Champ Manager 97, I did only commentary religiously up until FM 15.
Really?
Yeah. Just because, normally because of
That's a purist, boys and girls. I love it.
The computer size of it. And obviously, you know, I wasn't taking it that seriously. It was quickly just setting up a team. You know, I suppose pretty much how Touch is, isn't it, now?
Yeah.
It's a little bit more basic and a little bit more simple. And then for FM 17 for York City, I was spending a little bit more time, and I wanted to watch how the goals... So I'd watch it on commentary, and then I'd have the goals in 3D. Just to see what was happening, but normally it was like a left back who was stood still and the ball was going over his head. So that didn't really tell you too much about what was going wrong, does it? Really, the match engine. But I think for viewers wise, I think they probably prefer 3D to watch it. I would have thought. I don't know.
I mean, I tend to play the game in 2D and then do the goals in 3D. I don't know why. I don't know what. I like
you can see the pitch better. I think if there's a couple of times that, to be fair, I normally just zoom out. So if I'm doing a tactics video, I'll zoom out on the TV angle. I'll zoom right out so you can see the full pitch. But you do get the full sort of like, well, you get the full pitch, don't you? And you can see what's going on. And I suppose you don't.
I go to 3D and it feels wrong. it feels like I'm cheating. And I have to go back.
I've never had that 2D ever. I've pretty much gone from commentary to commentary to 3D. So
good shout.
There you go. Only commentary, if that was one of the three choices.
So you f***ed up on the 2D, 3D. So regen or new gen, please don't ruin this.
Regen.
Good lad. There you go. You brought it back. It's 1-1.
Cheers.
So who do you think is the most underrated content creator you've seen out there? YouTube, Twitch, podcast, whatever it may be. Underrated content creator for you?
I want to say Jim G.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's underrated. It's just that for whatever reason, everybody that watches him absolutely loves him. So I don't think he's underrated. He's not underrated because everyone that watches him thinks he's either, like me, the best or very close to being the best. He knows why his channels, he's way better than me, but I'm 3-4 times bigger than him. But it's just because he don't get the opportunity to record content like everybody else does.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jim, he's my favourite. I don't know would you say he's underrated? I'm trying to think of somebody else.
He's got 650 subscribers, about that.
Yeah.
It should be like double that easy. Do you know what I mean? It really should be. I mean, Jim's very, very good. But Curti, we know Curti loves him. He's got a bit of a man crush on him.
Yeah.
But I think Jim's very, very good, and I'm hoping at some point very, very soon he'll get himself a shout out from a Loki or a Lujo or a Benji video.
Yeah, he does. I think.
And we'll see his channel spike.
Leluja did one for me, didn't he? That was pretty useful. So I'm hoping that he does that too.
It helps massively. We've seen it happen to the United City FM. You get that shout out from a big boy, and your channel just grows from being okay to 3,500 subscribers in a matter of weeks or months. Do you know what I mean?
I think he's very popular amongst us creators, isn't he? I think
that's his issue. Sounds really, really bad, but I think that's the issue he has right now. Is amongst other content creators, they love him. They see how good he is. His personality comes across well. But for one reason or another, the general public, shall we say, haven't come across him as well as they should have done, and haven't found him. I don't know what the reason is. But I only started watching Jim because Curti kept shouting him out on his Twitter. So I started watching him, and I quite like his stuff too. But you're right, he seems to be incredibly popular amongst the other content creators, doesn't he? Yeah,
he doesn't rush. I'm one for... Because he has a very artistic and creative approach to his videos, doesn't he? So I know that I speak to him a fair bit, Jim, and I know that some things that if he ain't happy with something, he doesn't put it out, or he'll change things, and he adds the music and stuff, and you can tell that he puts a lot of effort in. So I think us content creators probably appreciate it more than what just the average sort of like viewer, follower, subscriber probably does. So that's probably why.
And last, but by no means least, club versus country. York City win the Premier League, which never going to happen, or England win the World Cup, which never going to happen. Which would you rather have? I'm
going to say England World Cup.
Nice one.
Which I think's bizarre because I can't stand qualifier. You know when you like Premier League's on and then they're playing in Macedonia and Latvia in two qualifiers. Just gets. But I think the whole World Cup, how it was in the last World Cup and stuff. I'd probably choose that. Yeah, I would.
Is there anything you want to shout out or promote before we give a farewell?
No. I'm starting Deportivo. Super Depor is starting in 2 weeks. So if you like your Spanish, I'm going to try and change it up a little bit. So just one game per episode with a little bit more sort of like I've made my own club philosophy, and how I'm going to recruit players and stuff. So yeah, that's my only shout out. And just thanks for having us on, buddy. I've really enjoyed it. I really appreciate it, buddy. Thank you for coming on. It's been thoroughly enjoyable. Cheers, pal.
So, without any further ado, I'm going to bid you all adieu. See you later.